Get this going here. Hold on one second. It's coming. I promise.
While Mike's doing that, we do want to thank the Kazanjian Foundation for helping fund the awards, and it helps so much of what we do to happen. So thank you very much to them.
Okay. Can we see that?
Yes.
Yes.
And you can hear me. So welcome. And I have the task of being, or Lesley and I have the task of being last on the agenda on a Friday. So we're going to try to keep this going as smoothly as possible. Quickly about the next awards committee meeting. We're hoping to have something in August. And during that time, we have a number of things we have to talk about. One, earlier, a second ago, we were talking about rubrics. We've come to realize we maybe need to make a third kind of rubric for sort of non-traditional submissions that come into the NAEE Awards Committee, and that's something we're going to talk about very seriously. Like every other committee that's talked during this conference, we would love to have you on our committee. This one comes with the opportunity to do a lot of work when it comes to actually evaluating the submissions of the curriculum awards, which is a really great opportunity to see what's out there and learn about these new resources before anybody else. So if you're interested in joining this committee, let me know. One other thing before I turn it over to Lesley. Lesley is stepping down as co-chair, and I want to thank her for the tremendous amounts of work she's done over the years on this committee. She usually handles the curriculum award sides of things, and I handle the professional award sides of things. And I know Lesley does an absolute ton of work to get these curriculum awards. She takes them in, she makes sure they're reviewed by a number of different people, and then gets all the scoring tabulated. So that's a Herculean job that she's been doing. So thank you so much, Lesley. I will miss working with you. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you, and you've been a really huge plus to this whole NAEE network. So thank you very much. I will also announce very quickly that Marcia Masters of the Arkansas Council has agreed to come be co-chair. So welcome, Marcia. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Lesley Mace. And Lesley, when you are ready for me to hit, advanced slide, just say next slide, Mike, and I'll do it.
Okay, and thank you, Mike. It has been a pleasure to work with you as well. And I want to let everybody know for the curriculum awards, we are going to print these out so you get your paper certificate, and those are going to be sent out soon. And also I want to thank again all of our judges. This was kind of an unusual year. We had a lot of judges who did multiple lessons and curriculums. And so I want to thank you, because it wasn't just me. All of the judges did a really great job too. So I want to thank them as well. And I think we are ready.
Okay.
All right. All right. So for the Bronze Award, the first one is CPI Market Basket, Eva Johnston. Congratulations, Eva. We also have Bronze Award, Diego Mendez Carbajo for data literacy, the composition effect. Congratulations, Diego.
Yes, those of you who have the noisemakers, maybe we could all unmute when it's time to do that.
Oh.
All right, and we also have for the Bronze Award, Scott Walla, the GDP expenditure equation. What is GDP and how do we measure it? So congratulations, Scott. And for the Silver Award, we have Saving the Environment with Economics, which was written by Bill Boshart, Brett Berkey, and Andrea Cachera Santa Maria. Congratulations to all three of you, Bill, Brett, and Andrea.
Yeah.
Also, Silver Award is the Curriculum Entrepreneurship in Your Community, Creating Your Own Career, which is by Jamie Wagner, Jennifer Davidson, Sydney Kabza, Matthew Pearson, and Gigi Wolf. So congratulations to Jamie, Jennifer, Sydney, Matthew, and Gigi. Also with the Silver Award, we have Homefront Economics, which was put together by John Krugel and William Wood. Congratulations, John and William. Our Gold Award winner is Page One Economics, focus on finance, your social security number, the 9-digit evolution and unemployment insurance, a tried and true safety net by Jeanette Bennett. Congratulations, Jeanette.
Yay, woo.
And this year we have a Platinum Award. So our Platinum Award is Smart Path Puppets Initiative by Julie Heath. Congratulations, Julie.
Okay, part two of the professional awards. For this, I'm going to start by showing the winner, and then I'm going to read, or actually hold off on that. So I'm going to start with two research paper awards. And the first one is Breaking It Down, Disaggregated Personal Finance Test Scores of Teachers and Students by Cynthia Harder. And for this, we're going to ask the winners to actually come on and speak. So Cynthia Harder, where are you? There she is.
I'm
Floor is
here.
yours.
Okay, thank you, Mike. And thank you, NAEE, for the award. And thank you, Diego, as the chair of the research committee. I appreciate all you do to arrange the processes for the awards. And I appreciate everybody that reviewed all the papers for the award. I'm honored to receive the Phil Saunders Best Paper Award this year. This is the first time I submitted a paper for consideration for the award. And it's especially fitting to me that this paper about disaggregated test scores was chosen for the award. I originally got the idea for this paper when I saw Jamie Wagner and Bill Walstead make a presentation about a paper they wrote about disaggregated scores. And so I did some research and I saw that they had cited an article from 1995 AER Papers and Proceedings, where they were talking about disaggregated scores, and the people who wrote that paper were none other than Phil Saunders and his co-author John Powers. So ultimately, I have to thank Phil Saunders for starting the work that led to this Phil Saunders award-winning paper. And thanks again, NAEE.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, the NAEE Best Financial Education Paper Award, Racial Differences in the Returns to Financial Literacy Education, Abdullah El Balrani, Jamie Weathers, and Darshak Patel. And accepting today is Abdullah. Abdullah, floor is yours.
Thank you so much for the recognition. We are honored. I speak on behalf of my colleagues and co-authors on this paper. As I mentioned yesterday when I was presenting the paper, it was a really difficult paper to get recognized because a lot of people don't want to talk about the racial differences in financial literacy. So we are really happy that NEFI and NAEE have recognized this effort, and I'm glad to share the stage today with my colleague, a Kentucky sweep on the research, Cindy Harder. So thank you all for recognizing, and thanks for acknowledging our work. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Congratulations. That right there is worth winning the award. Just that. We should, going forward, we'll always have these at conferences. Next, here's where things are going to be a little bit different. So for the remainder of the awards, I'm going to read part of the nominating letters that were sent to us for these winners of these particular awards, starting with the Abigene Keller Technology Award, which is going to Jennifer Davidson at the Nebraska Council. This from NAEE member Jamie Wagner. Jennifer Davidson has used technology to improve economic and financial literacy education across the state of Nebraska and across the country. Her work through the online portals for both the Econ Challenge and Personal Finance Challenge has proven that she is dedicated to improving students' economic and financial literacy across the country. There is no one more deserving of this award than Jennifer Davidson. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce the Abigene Keller Technology Award winner for 2021, Ms. Jennifer Davidson.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. So thank you. It's such an amazing recognition. Thank you, Jamie. I love you. I'm beyond grateful. What I'm really grateful for, though, is that so many states and councils find these online portals helpful in providing programming. It's an easy way to reach teachers and students. So Amazing numbers, yes, 150,000 students over the last 5 years, in fact, but I'm grateful that it's useful for everyone. I'm also super grateful that when I came to this network in 2008, this program gave me the opportunity to engage with so many of you, of the councils and the program directors on an individual basis. So it's really my entry into so many wonderful relationships that persist today. So lastly, I just want to say, if you have any recommendations for improvements or suggestions on how to improve the technology, please reach out to me or Russell, who's now taken over as the program manager, because we want to meet that need for you. With that, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Jennifer, congratulations. Thank you. Next, our first of 2 Rising Star Awards, which goes to a NAEE member who, within the first 7 years of being in the network, has really hit the ground running, has made a major difference in the lives of so many teachers and students across the country. So our winner of our first Rising Star Award is Abdullah El Bahraini from the Northern Kentucky University. And this from NAEE member Nancy Lang. It is my honor to nominate Dr. Abdullah El Bahraini for the Rising Star Award. The purpose of this award is to acknowledge a new member of the network who has hit the ground running. And I believe this is a perfect description of how Abdullah embraced his role as director of the Northern Kentucky University Center for Economic Education in July of 2016. It quickly became clear that he had a vision for the center that brought a new level of enthusiasm to teachers, students, colleagues, and the community. Abdullah, the floor is yours.
I think I unmuted myself.
Yep.
If I haven't, okay. So thanks everybody for the award. It is truly an honor to be recognized for this award. But I also want to say that success is never an individual effort. And this award is no different. I do truly believe that my success is a function of the NAEE family. I attended my first CE meeting in Phoenix and the NAEE meeting in Little Rock, and you all have embraced me. And that means a lot. You've encouraged me. I do want to thank specific people though. First, Nancy Lang for building a strong NKU CE and most importantly, wanting to share it with me. Second, I want to thank Kim Holder for being the catalyst for many connections here and also connecting me with many of you. I want to thank Julie Heath for not letting the Ohio River separate us and working together to move our mission forward. And then finally, I want to thank Cindy Harder for all she does in Kentucky and her efforts to develop a coalition and bring us all together. I hope I have the opportunity to work with every single one of you. Thank you so much. I'm honored.
Thank you. Congratulations. Next. Our second Rising Star Award winner is Andrea Caceres Santamaria of the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. This from NAEE member Scott Wola. It is my pleasure to write a letter to support the nomination of Andrea Caceres Santamaria for the NAEE Rising Star Award. When hired at the St. Louis Fed in 2019, Andrea was already recognized as an outstanding economic educator. When she arrived at the St. Louis Fed, she wasted no time in applying her passion for economic education in this new context. In short, Andrea's contributions to economic education have already impacted the lives of teachers across the United States. She is exactly the kind of person that this award intends to honor. Andrea, the floor is yours. Congratulations.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you to NAEE and the entire network for this recognition, but most of all for everything that you do for educators and for those of us now in the econ ed profession. I never thought in my life that I would be working for the Federal Reserve, and this all really started because of Brett Berkey and Bill Boshart, and then the continuous connections that they made from Bonnie to Mary to Carlos to Scott and all of them. Thank you so much. And to everybody in St. Louis, the St. Louis Fed, you guys are like my family. I gained a family, even though left my family in Florida, but I gained a family here in St. Louis, especially with having my little boy and, you know, with COVID and balancing everything together. I just can't believe it. And also to my husband and my baby and my mom and my dad and my sisters and my brother. I can't thank them enough for all of their support. So thank you to everybody for this honor. And you know, my little boy is my motivation now to do even more. So we'll keep on going. But thank you all for everything. Thank you. Thank you all for everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Come on, we're losing it with the sound, people. Let's let this unmute and do it. Next, the Patricia Elder International Award going to Hugo Ezagare from Northern Michigan University. And this from NAEE member Tawny Ferrarini. Hugo's involvement in economic education started many years ago, even before he joined the NAEE network. He was instrumental in establishing a Center for Economic Education in his native Peru and led the way in forming collaborative partnerships with educators in the United States. Hugo has been an active member of the NAEE International Committee since 2010 and has served as committee chair since 2017. He continues to work to establish working relationships with foreign attendees of the yearly CEE conference and has served as a translation leader on the ongoing Common Sense Economics Project. Hugo, floor is yours. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a really special award for me. It means a lot. As Tony said, I started my journey back in Peru, planning, creating, and running an economic education center in a university that, by the way, benefited from the Train the Trainers program back in the day. Now we can say back in the day. And now I'm here running a center very far away up here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, chairing the NAEE's International Committee, getting this award. It's really all special. Yesterday, our keynote speaker mentioned talk about how economics is in everything. And I think we all as economists had that moment that we made a click and the world suddenly became more understandable with this economics lens. And we all want everybody to experience this feeling. That's our mission. And on top of that, this idea that there are no borders, that we all belong to only one place called Earth, I think is very true and powerful. And if you put the two together, I mean, nothing can beat that, you know? Helping in some way to expand economic education throughout the world, I think that's unbeatable. I have to thank to some people. Claudia Sicoli was my partner in Peru, and she did a wonderful job after I left. And even she got an award like this a few years back. The trainers started it all. The National Council, especially Rosana Castillo, helped me with that. And Gia, and especially John Brock, we've been able to work together over the years. And finally, to my partner in crime, in so many crimes, Tony Ferrarini. Our history is very long and serendipitous, but to tell it all here. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you, my friend. And thank you to all of you for all that you do. Thank you.
Congratulations, Hugo. Hugo, you need to blow yours. You were the first one doing this morning. There you go. You got it going. Thank you. Next, the John C. Schramm Leadership Award, which is going to Julie Heath at the University of Cincinnati Economics Center. This from NAEE member Jennifer Davidson. It is my honor to nominate Dr. Julie Heath for the Schramm Leadership Award. Julie is the epitome of what the award represents. She is a longtime leader at both state and national levels. She has utilized state resources to create economic and financial literacy content for use nationwide, and the created resources have increased both the quality and quantity of economic education and economic educators. Julie's center at Cincinnati is the envy of other centers and councils. She has grown the center to be a model for the network. Julie leads by example and is extremely well respected by her team in Cincinnati and by this entire network. And I do believe Julie has some special news for us. So Julie Heath, the floor is yours.
Thank you. And Jennifer, your kind words are just overwhelming. Thank you so very much. You know, I read somewhere that 90% of success is choosing the right heroes. And for me, that starts with my husband, but professionally, it also extends way back when I was part of the Princeton Research Fellows program in the mid-1980s. And I met heroes like Jane and Steve and Paul and Nancy. And then later on, when I started a center, more heroes, Sarah Page, Mary, Kurt, Harlan. and so many others. And in fact, NAEE is an organization of heroes. Everybody does a whole lot with very, very little and feels tremendously lucky to have the opportunity to do it. So with all these tremendously creative, generous people around me, I'd be pretty incompetent if I couldn't be successful at something. So I'd like to. Oh,
Hi, Julie.
hi, Kevin.
Hi, everybody. Oh, they're so small.
Oh, they're not really small. That's just okay. Anyway, hey, congrats on the Platinum Award.
Thanks. You won an award too. What is it?
Well, it's this one.
Okay, cool.
Kevin, you don't know what leadership means, do you?
No, I really don't.
Okay. Leadership is when you have a vision.
Whoa! Stop the presses and shut up. You have visions?
No, I don't have visions. I mean, it's like when you have an idea and you get other people so excited about that idea that they want to be a part of it.
So you got an award for being bossy.
No, not bossy.
Do people do what you want them to do?
Well, yeah.
That sounds like bossy to me.
Well, thank you for this bossy award. And seriously, I'm very honored to have received it, but more importantly, I'm honored to have had so many amazing heroes in my life. Thank you so very much.
And Julie, what did you just find out about the puppets?
Oh, the puppet, the Smart Path puppets were also named Children's Program of the Year. They received an iPhone. I know, I didn't tell you.
What?
I know. An Eiffel Award. So we're very thrilled about that too. Congrats, Kevin.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Next, the Bessie V. Moore Service Award, which is going to Jeanette Bennett at the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, Memphis, from NAEE member Selena Schwartzfeger. When I was hired by the Mississippi Council on Economic Education, one of the first people I met in the NAEE network was Jeanette Bennett. I quickly realized she was truly committed to teaching Mississippi teachers. I keep hitting these slides ahead and I apologize. I quickly learned she was truly committed to teaching Mississippi teachers how to better teach economics, and Mississippi teachers love her. She has been a ray of sunshine for me in my journey with the Mississippi Council. Jeanette has helped us enhance our master teacher program. She has played an active role in the delivery of economic education programming in Mississippi, and she remains dedicated to delivering outstanding economic education programming to teachers in many parts of the country. Jeanette Bennett, congratulations.
Thank you, Mike. But I don't want to follow Julie. Can you put me another place on the program? I
Sure.
mean, that's not fair. That
You
is
don't have any
really not
puppets?
fair. I have no puppets. You know, I was just like, oh no, I got to follow Julie. Well, and then the other bad thing besides having to follow Julie is, you know, I got my registration in too late for that gift box. I will never, ever, ever do that again. And I am really tired of hearing y'all talk about how good that stuff is, because, you know, I mean, that's just really not fair either. But let me say, seriously, I'm very grateful and honored to be nominated for this award. And I'm very appreciative of all the many people that have made it possible for me to have opportunities down through the years, and I do mean years, to have worked in economic education for a lifetime. You know, thank you to Selena for those nice words. But Selena, you know, I got an email from a Mississippi teacher just this week that said, I had worked so much in Mississippi, I needed to have an honorary citizenship. So can you make that happen? Because Mississippi is so near and dear to me. Okay, as we look at this Bessie B. Moore Service Award, and I thought, you know, I've done a whole lot of presentations. I've done a whole lot of workshops. And this one was like, now what do I say? What can I possibly say to express my gratitude for this award? And I thought, you know, it's not really about me. It's about Bessie B. Moore. And I looked up, and y'all might want to look this up too, her biography that's on the Economics Arkansas website. Bessie Moore was born in Kentucky, for all you Kentucky people. But when she was 10, she moved to Arkansas. And then would you believe that Bessie B. Moore, and she didn't have a easy upbringing either, but by the time she was 14, she had achieved her teaching certificate. And she taught, and of course, this is before my time because she was born in 1902. She lived 93 years and passed away in 1995. But she began her teaching career before my time in a little community that was about 25 miles from where I grew up. And I thought, isn't that ironic? I mean, it's so strange. Then she moved to Pulaski County and around the Little Rock area. She took over in charge of the Arkansas Council on Econ Ed in 1962. She was the leader for 17 years. And I think anybody that knows anything about Economics Arkansas will know that by the time Rita and me and Marcia and some of us Arkansans got into the picture, Economics Arkansas was whipped into shape by Bessie B. Moore. There was never, probably never a workshop or an event that her name wasn't mentioned somehow. And she became an honor in the Arkansas Women's Hall of Fame in Arkansas. So one of her one of the comments that I've heard about her, I have met her, but she was an older person and was not in Econ Ed at the time. But she did a lot of fundraising, and people said, you know, it was easier to say yes to Bessie Moore than it was to keep on getting all those calls from her. So she was persistent, dedicated, and committed. And so I thought, you know, I do have something in common with Bessie B. Moore in that I've been persistent and committed because I started a long time ago. And I have worked my way through, you know, teacher, administrator. I had 7 teachers over the years when I was principal that had won national awards. And then I moved into, you know, one thing after another. And then I have had the opportunity to work with especially the Mississippi Council, Arkansas Council, and the other many organizations that have given me opportunities. And that's what it's been an opportunity. You know, I didn't choose this. I would have never thought a long time ago that I would be receiving this award because, don't tell anybody, I took my first 6 hours of economics as an undergraduate. And you know why I took those? Because I didn't have to go to the library and I didn't have to do a term paper. There were electives that I could memorize that stuff because I had a new baby and I didn't want any of that. That's why I started in economics. But not too many years after that, when I was in graduate school, I started with economics again. And as many of you have mentioned, so many people that you wanted to thank. There's so many people I'd like to thank too. But do you know there was one person that many, many years ago, had he not been encouraging and pushy and bossy, maybe too, I wouldn't be here today. His name was Mike Wilson. He was on the board for the National Council a long, long time ago, and nothing would do but that I was going to teach economics, and he was going to submit a project. And if it hadn't been for that one person, I would have never had the honor or the privilege of knowing all of you. And life is strange. You just do the best you can, and you keep on, and one step at a time. I mean, that's the way I see this award. I just can't say enough about how, this is like, can you believe? So thank you very much. And I think it's terrible that I had to follow Julie, but I'll get over it, I guess. And the whatever y'all keep talking about, all that good food, now that hurts. That is painful. So thank you very much. And I'm very appreciative.
Thank
That's
you,
it,
Jeanette.
Mike.
Thank you. Congratulations. Sound effects. There you go. Our final NAEE Professional Award is the James O'Neill Economic Education Multiplier Award, which is going to Andrew Hill of the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. From NAEE member Bonnie Mazeros. I've worked with Andrew Hill on a variety of economic education initiatives since he joined the Philadelphia Fed in 2002. Prior to Andrew's arrival at the Philadelphia Federal Reserve, the bank was supportive of economic education, but the offerings were limited, focusing primarily on high school teachers. Shortly after taking the position, Andrew created a strategic plan on how to reach more teachers. Andrew expanded the Fed's programs, and today a plethora of professional development opportunities are available for teachers K through 12. From the outset of his work, he centered on using the multiplier effect, using many of the principles established in Jim O'Neill's work. Andrew has concentrated on intensively training teachers to make them better able to teach economics and personal finance in their own classrooms and to serve as advocates in their schools for the importance of teaching economics and personal finance to students K through 12. When I look at the criteria for this award, Andrew meets them all. The impact he has had on economic education has been extensive. His outstanding and dedicated service has had a significant impact on the delivery and enhancement of economic education. He has a strong passion for what he does and an equally strong commitment to furthering economic education, both in the Philadelphia Fed's 3rd District and beyond. I personally have appreciated his support of our efforts in Delaware and think he is the most worthy recipient of the James B. O'Neill Multiplier Award. Andrew Hill, congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate this award. I will tell a little story about Jim O'Neill. I would not be sitting here today, and I would not have been able to do everything that I've been able to do in economic education if it wasn't for Jim O'Neill. I was a visiting faculty member at a small liberal arts school in the Eastern Shore of Maryland. I was finishing my PhD, and this job at the Philadelphia Fed came available. And I actually found the job on Monster, which I think I'm probably the only PhD economist ever to find a job on Monster. But so I walked into Jim O'Neill's office and I said, do you know anybody at the Philadelphia Fed that you could, tell them about me? I don't want to just submit my resume for this job because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people applying. And I sat in the chair in his office and he made a phone call to actually the corporate secretary who we knew at the time at the Philadelphia Fed. And I got an interview. And the rest is really history. And so I'm very, very grateful for this award. We really, and I have to thank my colleagues, Todd Zartman and Rebecca Chambers at the Philadelphia Fed who join in my commitment to using the multiplier effect, using teachers as the center of our work, and our work to equip them with high quality curriculum materials and really high quality professional development has really been the center of the work over the last almost 20 years now. I have to thank Bonnie, who has been my principal mentor over all these years and who has given such a tremendous amount of her time to supporting me and providing me with all the answers to all my questions, especially in the early years, but even now she's kind of a hotline, what do I do about this? What do I do with that? And what lesson would work great for such a topic? So I'm really grateful to Bonnie for everything that she's given me over these years. I want to thank all of my Fed colleagues. We have a really great system, as you know, as well as the network. I think not only have we as a network both Fed colleagues and those of you who are at councils and centers done a tremendous amount over the last 20 years to advance economic education. But we've also become great friends. And I think that one of the things that's really great about our professional work, and one of the reasons that I think that we all enjoy coming to these conferences, is the opportunity to interact with our friends who do similar kinds of work. So I'm very, very grateful. I know this is one of those awards that I will cherish for the rest of my life, and is a career marker for me. So I appreciate everything. So thank you very much. And I'll hold up the little plaque.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Congratulations. Sound effects. Thank you. I think, Hugo, you're getting my vote for best noisemaker. There you go. So I want to, once again, on behalf of Lesley, Mace, and myself, congratulate all the winners. I want to thank our sponsor, the Calvin K. Kazanjian Economics Foundation. And I want to thank all of you who submitted curriculum proposals, and also all of you who nominated folks for the professional awards. And we look forward to next year when we will name a new group of winners, and start thinking now about submitting your curriculum awards for a NAEE award next time around. So thank you very much. And Derek, I'm going to turn it back over to you.